Kurt Vonnegut Jr. was an American writer, you know. He had a very distinct voice, mixing humor with sadness in many of his books. Vonnegut himself was a soldier in World War II. He was captured by the Germans and found himself in Dresden during a terrible bombing. This experience became central to his work. Slaughterhouse-Five is deeply personal for him. It took him many years to write it, as he wanted to find the right words. The main character of this story is Billy Pilgrim. Billy is not your typical brave soldier. He's a bit weak and often confused. He grew up in Ilium, New York, and studied to become an optometrist, meaning he helped people see better. Ironically, Billy often struggles to see his own life clearly. He's a gentle soul, not made for war, and gets drafted into the army during the war. He is not prepared for what happens. Billy Pilgrim is an anti-hero in many ways. He doesn't make grand choices. Things mostly just happen to him. He drifts through life and also through time. This passivity is a key part of his character. Vonnegut uses Billy to show how ordinary people can be caught in huge, terrible events. Billy is not strong or heroic in the usual sense, but he survives. He observes. He experiences things that are hard to understand. Billy's life story is told out of order because Billy becomes unstuck in time. This means he jumps between different moments of his life. He might be at his wedding 1 minute, then suddenly back in the war, or he might be an old man, then a baby again. This makes his story a puzzle, and we piece it together with him. This unusual structure reflects the chaos of his experiences. Billy Pilgrim's time travel is not like in most movies. He doesn't control it. It just happens to him suddenly and without warning. One moment he's here, the next he's there. This condition starts after the war. It's possibly a way his mind copes with trauma. He jumps from his past to his future and back again. This non-linear experience of time shapes everything. It influences how he sees life and death. It's a core element of the novel. This unique way of experiencing time changes Billy's outlook. He's seen his own death. He's seen the deaths of others. Because he jumps around in time, people who are dead in one moment are alive in another. This leads to a sense of fatalism. Everything that will happen has already happened from a certain point of view. This idea is reinforced by aliens he meets. These aliens are called Tralfamadorians. They have a very different understanding of time. The Tralfamadorians are beings from another planet. Billy claims they abducted him and took him to their planet, Tralfamador. They keep him in a zoo there. Tralfamadorians see time differently than humans. They see all of time at once, like looking at a long mountain range. All moments, past, present, and future, exist together. For them, there's no real beginning or end to things. This philosophy is quite strange for Billy at first. Because Tralfamadorians see all of time, they are not surprised by death. When someone dies, they are simply dead in that particular moment, but they are alive in many other moments. So, the Tralfamadorians say, so it goes after every death. Billy adopts this phrase. It becomes a repeated line in the book. It shows a kind of acceptance or perhaps a resignation to the way things are. It's a comment on mortality. Billy's experiences in World War II are brutal. He's a very poor soldier, gets separated from his unit and wanders behind enemy lines with another soldier, Roland Weary. Weary is obsessed with a heroic image of war and blames Billy for their capture by the Germans. They are taken as prisoners of war. The conditions are terrible. They are transported in a crowded boxcar and many prisoners die on the journey. It's a grim introduction to the war's reality. Eventually, Billy and other American POWs arrive in Dresden. Dresden was a beautiful German city known as the Florence on the Elbe. It wasn't considered a major military target. The prisoners are housed in an unused slaughterhouse called Schlachthof-5, which means Slaughterhouse-Five. They are put to work making vitamin syrup for pregnant women. Life is hard, but there is a routine. Until the bombing happens. It's an event that changes everything. In February 1945, Allied forces bombed Dresden. It was a massive firebombing, and the city was almost completely destroyed. Tens of thousands of civilians were killed. Billy Pilgrim survives this horrific event. He and his fellow prisoners, along with their German guards, take shelter. They hide in a deep meat locker underground beneath the slaughterhouse. The sounds of the bombs are terrifying. The city above them becomes an inferno, a sea of fire. When Billy and the others emerge, the city is gone. It looks like the surface of the moon. There is only destruction and death everywhere. They are forced to dig through the ruins looking for bodies. This experience of Dresden is the central trauma of Billy's life. It's the event the book keeps returning to. Vonnegut himself survived this bombing in a similar way. The horror is unimaginable. It's difficult to describe. Slaughterhouse-Five is a powerful anti-war book. Vonnegut shows that war is not glorious, it's not heroic, it's chaotic, senseless, and incredibly destructive. Billy Pilgrim is not a hero who wins battles, he's a survivor who witnesses terrible things. The book doesn't focus on brave deeds, it focuses on suffering and loss. Vonnegut wants to show the true cost of war. He wants readers to understand its absurdity. The message is clear. War is a tragedy. Vonnegut uses science fiction elements to tell his story. The Tralfamadorians and the time travel are not just fantasy. They help Vonnegut explore complex ideas. The alien perspective allows him to comment on human folly. Time travel shows how trauma can make the past feel ever present. Science fiction gives him a unique way to talk about unspeakable horrors. It creates distance, but also highlights the absurdity of the human condition. It makes the story memorable. The phrase "so it goes" appears over 100 times. It's said after every mention of death. It can seem detached or uncaring, but it's more complex than that. It reflects the Tralfamadorian view of death as just one moment among many. For Billy, it might be a way to cope, a way to acknowledge death without being overwhelmed by grief. It suggests that even in the face of death, life in all its moments continues. It's a small phrase with big meaning. Slaughterhouse-Five was published in 1969 during the Vietnam War. Its anti-war message resonated strongly. The book became very popular. It also caused controversy. Some people tried to ban it from schools. They objected to its language and themes. Despite this, it is now seen as a classic of American literature. It continues to be read and discussed. It challenges readers to think about war, time, and what it means to be human.